my son, I love him, for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face?
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
The numbers a week ago for Melvin Gordon. 13 carries, 58 yards, and a score.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to him early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Throwing on first down. Love. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll be taken down, but not before it gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. On 1st and 10. Love.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
This pass finds its way to Williams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Bernard McKinney is one of the tallest inside linebackers that you'll see in the game, but he has the bulk to go along with it. And I do think that his height is actually an advantage for him. It used to be that you're worried about tall guys inside because they had to fight off low blocks. But I think his ability to see into the offensive backfield, see what's going on, and read it, allows him to diagnose plays quicker and get there in a hurry.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Love to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Sanders is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
With DeAndre Hopkins, I think anyone who's calling plays for him has 0 limitations. And what I mean by that is he's a guy you can move outside, you can move him inside, play him on the left side, on the right side. It doesn't matter. Some guys, they have to have the ball in a certain spot. Not Hopkins. Long, short, intermediate. He just wants the football. And then after that, he usually does some pretty good damage with run after catch.
23 yards the pickup there. We just highlighted him in the starting lineup. He proves why with a big catch 1 play later for a first down.
Yeah, and to paraphrase some of the offensive coaches that we've met along the way, when they throw the football, they're thinking first downs or touchdowns. I think the touchdowns are in his future in this game.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Watson off play action. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Now a look at the Chargers starting 11 on defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a 3rd down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 26.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Oh, eluding the tackle. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the left side. Swift. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. And on the ground they go with a running back. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Watson. This will be caught at about the 5. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. This Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. Back to throw, Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Josh Malone, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
Extra point safely through, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division, every year, is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On first down, Love. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
After the interception, here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And to give this time to the tailback. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light vest.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Swift. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Watson now to throw. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. On second down now, Swift. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Throwing on third down, Watson. That one complete to Yeldon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now Gordon on first down. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. Off play action. Love. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw. Love. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. From the gun, Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Sanders' kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the 2nd quarter. On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. To throw is Watson. To throw on 3rd down. He finds Yeldon. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the 1st. No gain on the dump off. It's 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Watson got an open man. It's QT. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Deep for the Chargers, Desmond King. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again. Love. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Love. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Operating from the gun. Love able to get this to Gordon. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the 1st by a few yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying...
And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. And this will be taken at the 13. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game, because of the effects of running it. Sometimes.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Watson now, only 1 pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Open man is QT, complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Watson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And it's now 13-8. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was the visiting Jaguars who were able to come away with the road victory. 19-3. The final score. From there, we head out west to the Golden State. Check on the Rams at home in L.A. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Andrew Luck throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. Baker Mayfield, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. In the game you're watching is Deshaun Watson, who was the star of the first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Texans to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Second half begins with a run by Yeldon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
To throw on second down. Love. Caught by Allen. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Looking to throw on second down. Love. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now it's Jackson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. On the carry, it's Jackson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Off the play fake. Love. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, Love. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And now out comes. Not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Watson on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the short catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Watson now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. Breaks a tackle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
That's it, baby. We gonna play.
T.J. Yeldon's not afraid to drop a shoulder or run through some tackles, is he?
Not at all. I learned it in his high school days in Alabama. Then, of course, stayed in state to play at Alabama. He could do that there.
And what I think is best about him, and when he's really on top of his game, when he's a little bit lighter, a little bit quicker, I think he's strong enough. He's compact enough to break those tackles, but I think he's at his best at a shiftier weight.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Chargers getting set to go. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Love. Got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there, perfectly executed. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson. Muscles him off. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone? Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Faking the give. Now Watson. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Watson now on 3rd down. Throw left side complete to QT. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 42.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Texans.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, for the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
First play of the drive in their hip pocket. Of course, the focus here has to be the touchdown or the two-point conversion. Field goals aren't going to help you.
Yeah, but how about that first play of the drive? Just to get them started, nice gain, got some positive momentum going. They're on their way, and they don't have to rush.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. Throwing on first down. Love. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Back to throw. Love. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Looking to throw. Love trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead is up to 15 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, This too shall pass. This too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Operating from the gun. Love firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
On 1st and 10, Love. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Back to the air on 2nd down. Love. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Love. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. And in a 2-score game, obviously every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
He's checking. Hey, no.
Operating from the gun, Love. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again, Love. Complete, Hunter Henry with a grab. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the fourth quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit.
Reset. 19. 59. You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
They'll run on first down. Swift. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. A shotgun handoff now to Yeldon. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation. The Texans on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And a quick throw here. That's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Back to throw. Love. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
On 2nd down now, Swift. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Here comes a big one as this crowd gets up making some noise. It's 3rd and short. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now Watson on the crossing route, complete. It's Moss. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Watson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Here's Watson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And indeed, they will keep it on the ground. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. Well, partner, even though my phone alarm failed me this morning and I missed our AM workout, we still made it through this thing together, didn't we?
Well, you always know I need extra workouts just to keep up with you, so it doesn't matter. But thanks for sharing a boot, and thanks for being our quarterback.
Yeah, you're the quarterback. Always a pleasure, my friend. So for the Texans, the win means they'll finish the 1st half at a respectable 5-3 record. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll fall to 5.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. Early I'm up,
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm on in my